Alright, well, lost. We lost the save in the crash, so we have to start over. But now we have a crowd, so we can actually like play together. Nicholas, the biggest savior for me when it came to FPS and getting the dwarfs to not die off was making bigger hallways. I don't know if you do that or not, but basically the dwarfs will climb over each other in a 1x1 hallway, and it becomes like a pathing nightmare. But if we expand them into a... Have you managed to get text will be text to work for the newest version? I haven't figured out how to do it. From what I've seen... it doesn't work. But maybe I'm wrong about that. Okay, so that evil area that I was in... We're going to quickly find that same spot again. Sorry. Gotta reload real quick. It'll just be a second while we search through the map. I don't remember exactly where the spot was. Luckily, I did save my, I did save the embark, so we'll be able to repeat it really quickly. And now we can do a little bit more of a tour and a little more interactive activity. Lazy New Pack isn't out for the newest version, is it? I'm gonna feel really dumb if I'm wrong about that. I normally use the Lazy New Pack, I just didn't think it was out yet. I'm looking to see right now if I'm wrong about that, but I didn't think it existed. So we are going back down here. This will be fine as long as there's no aquifer. And the area I had 2 biomes in it though. Alright, I'm just going to look really quickly, and then I'll say, oh well. And we'll just pick one of these and get started. A terrifying temperate shrubland. Okay, that's fine. Embark. Okay, so yeah, so I brought 64 logs, and now I'm going to spend the rest on seeds and more logs. Alright, E for embark, and we're off. Yeah, so the Lazy New Pack's not been updated because they have to reprogram Dwarf Hack for 64-bit, which has been a nightmare for the adventurers, for the programmers who do this, and so they spent all this time reprogramming Dwarf Hack, and now they're slowly redoing the Lazy New Pack. And it sounds as if Dwarf Therapist will never be fixed. That is the rumor from Praxis Eredict, or however you say that name of the designer who does it, because it's basically so complicated. You have to remake all utilities from scratch at this point. Alright, so we're back now. No one's gonna die this time. There's no enemies on the map, which makes me feel good. We're just gonna dig straight back, and then we'll set up a little room. Once again, just to store the stuff in temporarily. And now we want to build a wall pretty much immediately, because we don't know what the enemies are going to spawn like. That's why we brought all the logs, not them logs. And it's already raining loathsome slime, but hopefully it'll have the same effect as last time, and we can basically just push through and survive. There we go, and we'll get the rest of them up there building that, and I want my miners to be turned off from wall construction. We'll just quickly put that wall up there, and then we'll go from there. Thanks for joining us. We got a few people here tonight. If you have any questions about the game, don't know how to do something, or want help, you can obviously ask. I'm not the greatest expert in the world, but I have played for a very long time, so I do know a lot about Dwarf Fortress. Not everything, but a lot of stuff. So we'll quickly get rid of all of that. And then we want to build a wall that's shaped like that. Wall those squares in. Build workshop, a carpenter's workshop here. And start getting the stuff moved along. And then we just want to make a big stockpile for everything in here. So for furniture, food, not stone. So then that should theoretically get everybody inside. And we'll build a wall there. Once everybody's inside. We're gonna be, we need to make a farm plot over here. So if you want to have a wall like this and you have a doubled up one, if you have, Dwarf Hack does work for this, but it's really glitchy, so the games crash. I did a stream earlier in the year using Dwarf Hack, and it was a nightmare. So now I've kind of sworn it off. But I used to play, when I started playing years ago, I didn't use those things. I think they existed and I just wasn't smart enough to use them. But I played for forever without any Dwarf Hack or Therapist. And then I found it and obviously started using it all the time. But I do know how to play without them. That's gonna drive me crazy. Alright, we'll start on that stairwell. So we want to do the same thing. We basically need to find a spot where we can get the caravan to come to us without it actually being exposed to the enemy or to the outside at all. So I'm just scrolling around now, looking to see where could that be. Where could that be? Alright, let's do, let's start with some downstairs. We'll go down 10 levels. And then I want to, this needs to be planted with pump helmets year-round. For now. And then we want to set up our military. Actually, well, we don't need the military at this moment. So you are going to become a mechanics, and you are going to become our craft dwarf. Not the mason. Stone crafter. There's a kiwi hen outside, but nothing else. Great, so this will be our first level of workshops. And once again, I said this earlier, I do 5x5 workshops because they are, for me, the most useful. I don't have to worry about what part of the workshop they can't walk through. No matter how I build it, they'll be able to move through it. But also, it lets me, fill them with the resources they need, so that especially for like more important workshops, like Adamite workshops and things like that, I'm not stuck waiting for the workshop to be built, or waiting for stuff to be hauled. It's all together, there's no like in between. There's 8 workshops, that's enough to start with. And then just for the sake of my brain, let's go like that. And that needs to be removed in a second once we are ready. I'm going to bring the water down and filter it. That's a project for a few minutes from now. one thing at a time. Cobaltite. That's not a flux stone. No, that's just a regular old stone. It just has a funny name. Okay. Alright, come on, miners. Hurry up. What is that? Cobaltite, bright blue. We can use that for some levers or something. There we go, we'll get these working, and then I have to come up with a plan, so let me just plan this out. So essentially we're going to come up here. It's going to have to be a long hallway. We could wall that off and roof it. Alright, we'll just start by doing that, and then I'll deal with the rest of it later. Just trying to plan out the workshop part of it. We have a lot of idlers, so let's get some people to work soon. Once these rooms are carved out, then I'll be able to get everybody working. Yeah, these wide hallways are just for dwarf movement. We're trying to plan ahead for 100 dwarfs, not have to adjust when they decide to all show up at the last minute during a goblin siege when you're not ready for them. So we want to, not that I've had that happen to me, so we want to build as many preparations as possible, as many little rooms and things as we can in advance, so that our dwarfs are as safe as possible. Now, I built my mason, so I need to make some tables and some chairs. And we'll build another carpenter's workshop down here, which will be the final one. So I'm going to destroy this one now. Build a mechanics workshop, and then we'll get started in a minute on a still. I'm just going to leave those for now because I want to get the bedrooms built too. I once did a fort where I stacked all my industries on top of each other so that you'd have like a layer of stone stockpile, and then under it a mason, like all the masons and craft dwarfs for stone, and then like tiered it like that. It was really complicated, but it meant that they never had to walk very far at all to get anything, which I guess is kind of nice. So now I do wood around it like that. We're going to make some rock mechanics, and then we'll check the manager in a second and get that going. What we're hopefully going to do eventually up here is I would love to build a gate, a bridge, that basically is going to go right here, which raises this way. We'll do it out of Colba tile, because that's kind of pretty and interesting. You don't need a... I've seen the MEF tile set. You like it? It looks really cool to me. I just worry that it's going to be too messy on the screen. You don't think so, Gonzo? Gonzo. Yeah, that's right. So I have two screens going, so I have to go back and forth between them. I'll look at the MEF tile set. Maybe we'll take a break in like 20 minutes, and then I'll download it, and we can play with that for a little bit, and we can decide what people like best. Dwarves have this amazing ability to carve all the, like, in the worst possible order. Like, I want the middle 3 tiles, and they're all going, like, around in a horrible circle. They'll do all of them but one, or just mess it up enough. That way there's no, we want to make some rock crafts, specifically rock pots, because I need them, so I'm not building any barrels. If you just joined us, we're on an evil embark. So far, we haven't run into any undead. I keep checking the screen. A giant Peregrine Velkin, though, who appears to be hurt. Yeah, so it's raining, and the rain bruises us. The bruises don't appear to be deadly. They just make it miserable to be alive. So let's go. We have some idlers. So you are going to become a mechanic and an architect. Now let's go down here, and I just want to set a work order. So this is a new feature of the 64-bit, so I can go Alt. Do I need a mechanic to do that? Yeah. So we'll add a manager. And our carpenter, I think, can be a manager. But first I have to build a, did I do the wrong? That was stupid of me. I put those in the wrong spot. Well, actually, instead of doing that, let me just relocate the stockpile. So the wood is supposed to be over here. Whoops. But they'll move it really quick. Now we can build a still. And our miners are now going to do bedrooms. And I'm going to try once more to put in a macron and see if we can get it to work. Alright, let's go a little bit further up with this. We're gonna do like 3 more. Remember, we have to plan ahead for the end of the fortress, not for the beginning. This part's, relatively speaking, the easy part. Alright, now let's control this. Sorry, now let's record this. So we're going to dig up the shaft. Sorry, I saw someone just commented. I will look in 1 second. Brilliant. So now we want to go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Control R. Sorry, Control. Let me see. Oh, you didn't save? Come on. Alright, we're gonna try one more time, and then I'm gonna not make you watch me try to input macrons over and over. Sorry about this. It'll make my life so much easier though in the long run. I should just save it and preserve it for forever. That. Hey, I got it to work. I didn't put it in the right spot, but I got it to work. Look at that. Brilliant. Now to fix it. One, 2, 3, 4. Come on, you didn't do it to me again, did you? Alright, we're going to put in the MEFS tile set. I'm going to go take care of that. We'll take a break and we'll be back in a minute. Thank you for watching. The MEF tile set doesn't work with this version. Alright. I'll be right back. Give me 2 minutes. one. Alright, thank you all for the wait. I'm back, we're ready to go. Let's load the Dwarven Fortress. The meth tile set does not work with this version of Dwarf Fortress. It's only updated for the ones that work with the Lazy Noob pack. So it's not been updated to go with this, unfortunately. Why is my mouse jumping like that on your screens? That's annoying. Let's make sure you aren't all stuck with that. Alright, let's get started. Back to more Dwarf Fortress. Let me fix that cursor. I don't know why it's doing that. There we go. I'm gonna mark it that way because I keep redoing this and that's getting annoying to me. There we go. Alright, we'll get the next set of bedrooms built and then we'll keep moving on. Great. There we go. Now we have some bedrooms that are going to be constructed and I think they're going to look nice. Which is ideal. We also have a mechanics workshop, which means I can... Okay, we're just gonna seal those off for now so that we only do one side at a time. Because I want to build a dining hall a few more levels down. A big old dining hall. That'll be perfect. We should have, this should be planted now. It doesn't appear to be. We can have them start making some drinks so that we don't die. We'll make some more mechanics. We're gonna make an armor stand as well. And we have our first bed built, so we'll start the bedrooms as they come through. We'll set them up. We have some gems, which is great. I want to set the settings on this stone pile because we don't want any metallic ores here, or economic stone or clay. We just want normal stone by the Mason's Workshop. Every dwarf gets a bedroom. Every bedroom will have all the necessities by the end: a cabinet, a chest, and a bed, and a door. That's going to be the goal moving forward, but I'm waiting to get the mechanics set up. Not the mechanic. Yeah, well, the mechanics set up and also the we'll put the lever right there for the main gate, because that's going to be the main stairway with the bedrooms by, so a lot of people will be walking back and forth through there. And we're going to have the carpenter build us a few more beds. I want to open it up to the outside, and then I'm going to put a door in. Excellent. Everyone's working. Just what do you want to see? Some masterwork beds. And now I can assign these, actually. So everybody will have their own bed, which is great. It's ideal. Then we're gonna have to send those guys outside. It's raining lonesome slime outside. It hasn't stopped for a while. Basically, if it gets on them, they start getting bruised and gross, and they want to go wash, and that's kind of a nightmare, really. So off of here, we want to go a few squares. And then, essentially, I'm hoping to set up a channel for that water so I can make a waterfall that's going to claim them. Yeah, loathsome slime. It's actually not that bad, given what some things can be in a terrifying biome, because there's no... It's not an auto-death situation. Like, I don't have to be scared of instantly dying, which can happen in a terrifying biome. So I actually feel, well, kind of blessed that I only have lonesome slime. I did one a while ago. We tried to do a Let's Play terrifying biome. God, it was just horrible. Every time they got touched by it, they would just start bleeding profusely from the rain, and within minutes they would all die. I think I did like 4 runs of the exact same fort. And every time, they all died within the first... This is the one I want. And every time they just died right away. Nothing I did mattered. Do I have them in an alert of some sort? No. So we're going to create a quick squad. Should be our mechanic and our peasant. They don't have uniforms right now, but they will. Specific weapon, we have 2 copper warhammers that I want them to start training in. We should have shields in a second. I'm going to build 2 wooden shields. Undead Mist is really bad. Yeah, we have this map so far. We haven't seen any undead yet, but we haven't had anything die. So I don't know yet if it's a regenerating biome or not. I won't know for a while, I guess, until something bad happens. You keep telling me that. But see, no one's going out there to do that. We do have these wormy tendrils that are moving around, which are basically, if we click on it, it won't give us a description. Basically, it's a giant wormy plant with an eyeball. Not the those aren't the eyeball ones. Those are just the creepy ones. And there's our first plant helmet that I've seen, although I think we've had a few others. So here we need to start making some crafts as well that we're going to sell. We're not going to have a lot of stuff that's worth trading for, but we're going to try to make some. The mechanisms we can definitely trade for. Or trade. Not trade for, but trade. Our miners are storing items. I'm actually going to turn that off for them for now. It's like the good old days now. Now that none of the add-ons work, I have to go back to my self from 5 years ago, playing with just a good memory of who's in the fort and what jobs they have. Alright, let's follow this miner. Do we hollow that out? Okay. So we'll put the armor stand here. We'll put a door here, and we need to do one more. Alright, we have a stone crafter going. Lots of good guys. Lots of good stuff happening. We're starting to build some fun crafts instead of all just work crafts. What are you mining? Okay. So this is going to be our dining hall, so we can start setting up some tables. Actually, I want to wait a moment for the other one because the symmetry will bother me. There, that's better. Get those moving along. Someone should come down and bring the tables here soon. Oh, we can do the chairs too. And now I can... Someone was asking about differences between the game, and once I get this room set up, I can show some of them. By demonstrating how you can use the manager in a lot of new cool ways that used to not exist. But I need a chair for him before he'll do his job. It won't stop raining on me. I'm gonna do one of those at a higher priority because they're just not listening. Why will no one remove the construction? Then we need to build a door. I want to open it up, that way there's a way we can get and they're gonna go run and clean themselves, but we don't have any bad guys out there, so I'm not really worried about that. As long as someone goes to build the door. They're going to take baths. That's why they're all running out there. But that's alright. No harm in taking a bath. Well. Is that built yet? No. Okay, so what's out here? Logs, rope, food. So let's do that giant stockpile through all of this, because there's no reason any of that stuff should not be in there. We're just going to temporarily lock that door. And now that this is here, we're going to make this an armory. TIQ. And just get that loaded up. And we want to go downstairs now so I can show off some fun features of this newer version. So we're going to make this, first we have to make a dining hall. And that's okay for now. Yes, it's a meeting hall. And now I want to go to U and make this into a study for the manager. Now we can go to UM. So the manager now has a lot more abilities. So let's say we want to do an order to make doors, rock doors. We want to make 20 of them. And now we can do conditions. So right now this is a one-time order, but I can do frequency. Now I can say it's going to restart when it's completed every month, or it's going to restart seasonally or yearly, so that lets me control like how often it happens. And then I can also go to R and add conditions, so I can control the kind of rocks they're made out of. I can control a lot of stuff like that, which is cool. And then I can also come here and say like mechanics workshop, Alt. I thought that was true. I can set the material that they're made out of. So those are all newer features of the game, and reasons that you would consider playing the new version, even though it's not maybe as smooth in other aspects. So we're just gonna Sorry, I'm just thinking through how I want to do the cistern that I'm trying to make. And I think that's fine. If we dig a channel there, that'll create an open space going down to here. Now we're going to install a door here. Just playing with it. Hey, we got a lot of people with us. That's fun. Thanks everybody for watching. We're doing a terrifying embark. And I need to get this set up too. I forgot to do this. So this comes up here. We're going to put a downstairs there. Then we're going to go we're going to start setting up our depot, which should be perfect. Over here. So we want to put these two bridges in place. And that's too close to the edge, which I thought you would say, but I think if we go up by one, it won't be. It's still raining that horrible slime. So we have to go all the way up there. That's frustrating. It's not gonna look good up there. I'll have to fix it later. H is for Clothier's Workshop. O is for Loom. F, R, Z, what's Farmers? W is for Farmers. And we're gonna get that squad training now. Actually, not quite yet. They're gonna be inactive for a little bit longer. We're gonna put a cage trap here and one here, because I don't want to die. There we go, finally a spot I can build a trade depot at. No, well, yes, it was overlapping the bridge, but the other problem was that it's too close to the edge. You can't build within so many squares of the edge of the map. You can only dig, and you can build, like, bridges that retract, if I recall correctly. This is Space Fox, I believe, is the tile set that we're using right now. Text will be text is not updated for the newest version, so because of that, we kind of have to go with what we have, but this is Space Fox. Hopefully someone will go haul those there soon enough. It's now summer. Alright, so we need to come down here. We need some more crafts. I'll make a few more mechanisms. We'll brew some. Our two miners both say they're idle. We're gonna build a... I think I can do this. BG. I think I can make it so that it raises down, even though I'm not allowed to technically build this far over. See how, like... So I'm just going to throw those doors in there. We don't actually need this one here. The other ones I do want. So we're going to put you guys back on hauling. And I'm going to put you also... Oh yeah, they are in full bloom. The beautiful twitching tendrils, they're in bloom. It's really quite nice to be here in the summer. You just might not recognize it. So he's going to go grab a door, I think. Good. So this is about to be finished up. He'll go grab one more. Alright, cool. So now that those doors are in place, we're going to have someone mine through that when they decide it's time. I need to put some more levers down here. And I'll label those in a second. Which door did you suspend the construction of? Why? Because of this? Just move it. I don't have the ability to auto dump, so if you can't build a door, I can't help you. Yeah, I know you need a cage. God, this stupid game. There we go. Beautiful. Now we need an architect. And we want to go down here and make sure that we know exactly when that's being cut open. So the water will flow down and I can create a bath. Because that's the sort of thing you have to do in Dwarf Fortress, create baths from the dwarfs, because they get disgusted by the horrible rain. I do want to build 2 cages. We are running low on wood. Because you're doing that. Brilliant. What are you doing? Are those bridges waiting on masonry? Waiting for architecture. Okay, so the next idler will become an architect. But everybody's working now, so really that's just perfect. The cage traps are set. Yeah, you can always label levers. Hit N, Shift N, and then you can put a note. So you come down here, go to the lever, hit name, so enter, and this is going to be in name inner depot gate, and then we go here and we go sorry, let me remember how to get out of it now. Then we go to P and we name this one out, enter depot gate. And then if I hit Shift in, it'll come up, so I can see them again. Yeah, we have a masterpiece diorite door. What more could you want? It's a masterpiece diorite door. I'll read it to you since you're so excited by it. It is a masterful diorite door. That's all it says. I thought I would get a little bit more of a description for you, but it appears dwarfs are unwilling to oblige us today. So he's doing that. Brilliant. This miner is storing items in stockpiles. I don't really want you going around carrying stone. Once we get the depot built, then we're going to start going on a wood exhibition. Expedition to find wood. That's the word I want. Let's speak English. And this is Shift N, P. Sorry. Shift N, P. Name. Front gate. I mean, it's not a perfect system, but it does let me see who built what where. You can make me a few blocks because I'm going to use them for my well I'm about to build. And let's turn on the military now. Sorry, not yet. I have to have him finish constructing that building first. Get the architects going. Once we get some more dwarves, you know, that would be really nice. I don't like to be rude, but I could really use a few more. We're actually going to take these all away from you, because I would rather the door is going to be completely forbidden. Do we have any? Where are the horses at? They're down there. That doesn't really work. We're going to pasture them here. I know that's not enough space for them. I'm well aware. But it's better than nowhere. What are you hauling? Alright, we're going to start digging a little deeper in a moment so we can get our hands on some more wood. I just want that done. There we go. Someone's finally coming to do it. Run, little bugger. Alright, so my cistern should be filling up. It's stagnant water now, but it won't always be. Who's out there? I hope you're coming to build my wall. Let's see, so we filled that up. Build it out of one of the rocks. And then we want to double up the wall like this because that'll stop them from building it on the wrong side. Which is what we want. Okay, let's make some more rock crafts. 50 of them. 50 is too many, really, but whatever. this open to the outside? No, not till there. Don't go outside. They go out to clean themselves without realizing that they're just immediately going to get covered in dirt. Right, you need to become an architect for a minute, because this job needs to be finished. It's taking too long. One of these bridges did not get finished for some reason. I guess we don't really need 2 of them, right? That's a little excessive. So, well, it's about time, miner, for if we can get this building, that entryway sealed off. Okay, great. Let's go through our dwarfs and make sure they're all inside. They are all inside. PH for cloth. Which one of these is the clothier? You're supposed to be a clothiers, not carpenters. Wrong thing. Let's do the rest of these bedrooms. Man, where's our Mason at? He's been sleeping forever. Wake up! Well, I still can go with this, actually. No harm in that whatsoever. Finally. So he's working on that. Brilliant! We have someone doing the depot. So I'm going to turn on masonry on a bunch of dwarfs, because right now no one is doing what I want them to, because they're all not doing their job, which I don't really appreciate. Some migrants have arrived. Brilliant. Well, they're gonna love the walk over, don't you think? The whole thing is covered in the all this brown is just loathsome slime everywhere. A spinner, great. What more could we want? A little one. Alright. This is when you really miss out on all those things. You are a competent animal caretaker, a spinner, and a miner. You have no military skills to speak of, but you can dance. Are you carrying a pick with you? Are we so lucky? Oh, you're carrying a bronze pick. Okay, well you are welcome to joining the fort, but we now have to open it up. So, F1, open, pet passable, and you should now be coming on over. We also have a new planter. He's covered in loathsome slime. He can't help it. It's slimy. I don't want 6 cheesemakers. You know how much a pain it is to make cheese in this game? Have you ever tried? It takes forever. It's horrible. Alright. So once again, as is common now in the new game, lots of useless skills, but let's see, do we have anything good? You're a grower and an organizer. Okay, we can actually use that. Let's see, are you guys going to go on in? So you're my planter, and then we have the spinner who's just hanging there. I think he might be horrified. He's uneasy by the freakish weather. Oh, I'm sorry about that. Did we just get 2? I'm only counting 2. Anyone else count more? You brought a sheep with you. I'm gonna honestly say that I don't mind the sheep. Alright, there's some more animals. You brought a keet, a sheep. Oh my god. Do we really only get 2? Alright, we're gonna lock that door. Oh lord. Worse than 2 cheesemakers. But we do have a new bookkeeper. I thought one of these people was an organizer. Right? Aren't you an organizer? Well, I bet you didn't know. Did you drag loathsome mud in with you? It's a slug, even worse. Okay. Yeah, so you're a spinner, but you're also going to be a clothier. A shearer and a clothes maker. Those are jobs I need, actually. And a weaver. And your friend here, the planter, well, we're gonna let you mine for a while. But you're also going to be given clothery and weaving. That way we can get those buildings done. That was a massive migrant wave. Worse than cheesemakers, really. And I've had cheesemakers. God. It's just always raining the loathsome slime. Our depot is finally getting built. The planter is finally doing something useful. Alright, so I just want to see how much water is in that square. 7, 7. I did it perfectly. Alright. So now we have to pump that. Okay, that's kind of a tricky problem. So I have to pump this water. Actually, that's not so. pump 1, 2, the water will come out here. We fill this up. We channel this down. Okay. Just planning out my my waterfall. But there's the depot. Remove that rock door order, I don't care about it anymore. So you're going to construct that gate. But that bridge is already done, great. So then go to F1. I need to set the rest of my hotkeys up soon. So one of these is the inner gate. Which one is it? You on the right are the inner gate. Excellent. We'll get that set up. And in a second, our depot will be accessible just in time for fall. We have to move kind of quick here. You're the guy that matters right now. Hurry up and do it. Quick, bud. Quick. One more trigger, right? Alright, let's set some hotkeys. So Shift H. F2, Z. F3, Z. F4, Z. F5, Z. Great. Once we get to late summer, I'm gonna have to do this even if that bridge isn't done yet. Weave threads into call off. Perfect. Build my clothier shop there. Build some beds, and now I'm gonna put the cabinet order in. Cabinet rock, 20 of them. That should be more than enough. Let's give everyone a bed because we have 2 new dwarves. 2 is really a pathetic addition, don't we think? All right. It's time for something exciting to happen. Are you still moving that? Oh, you're doing that. Okay, great. Come on! Get that last brick up there. So I hope I did this right. As always. That's the big worry. If I made a mistake here, well, we'll find out soon enough if I messed it up. It's raining slime again. The miner is running around trying to do this. We're about to go break the caverns. That's our next project. Squad A T activate. We're just gonna leave that for a moment because the miner is still finishing that up. So we need to build some cloth robes. Let's shear some animals. And then we're just gonna follow him until he finishes up this stupid job. So are we back to... Why is that mouse there? Sorry, I'm just trying to fix that. That drives me crazy. There you go. Alright. So that should be done. Which means that if I give you masonry, you should theoretically go finish that bridge for me. Then we can officially do the last step. We haven't had any undead yet, so I'm about to maybe, if we get more of a larger group, I'll send a hunter. Okay, so now here's the scary part. Or rather, here's what I propose is the scary part. Are you not going to let me? It's a shame you messed that up. So we're going to quickly dig this up ramp so that our depot becomes accessible. Now the depot is accessible. So now we just have to basically trick them. Like this. Because it will let me build a bridge over here. So if we put a bridge there and we keep it raised all the time, then that should... Actually, you know what? For now, we're not even going to worry about that. Instead, we're going to start our miners now on a cavern exploration trip. So we're going to take them... I want to go up. And we're just building our little entryway into the caverns. We want to do this carefully because we want to make sure that no one dies when we get down there. So we have to kind of be conscious of that. But we can build our screw pump. So this is going to pump from the west to the east. That's what has to happen there. You guys legendary? You seem legendary. Professional miners. You're very quick. And we'll make some rock thrones. 20 more. Right now, we've mostly just been using doors for protection, and we're going to keep that as a trend for a while. Did this get built? No, it needs architecture. So let's just follow the miners as they head down. Cobatile. We need to get to the cavern lair. Right, let's see, have we found anything worth me remembering? Tetrahite. That'll remind me. Anything else worth me remembering? Tetrahite is a ore of copper, I believe. We can check here. Silver and copper, brilliant. That would be our shallow metal, I think, that we were supposed to find, and then we should have fluxstone and a deep metal of some sort. These are just layer after layer of microline. And it is midsummer. There's marble. So we've struck marble. That's exciting. I'm actually gonna hotkey that. Still no cavern. 30 layers down. That seems unlikely to me. So let's come up to this layer. We're just going to auto mine ore and gems. Those two. And oh, that should not be on record. I'll let you finish going down. But I find it unlikely that the cavern is this far deep. We've already reached schist, which is igneous intrusive, I think. We've struck gold. Awesome. We'll take that too. Alright. Now let's go back up to the surface. I'm gonna start this pump now. Just for a moment, we'll see how it goes. We got another person joining us. Thank you everyone for watching. I am paying attention to the chat. If you have any questions, we're doing an evil embark Galena. That is what I want to find. So I'm just using the auto mine function. Galena is worth much more to me than tetrahedrite. You are not a high enough qualified miner to do that job, unfortunately. So I'm going to take it away from you. Call me mean. I'm going to move our food stockpile down here. Start to get these ones shift away. And build 2 more little cage traps. I need a broker. There's supposed to be... He can be both those jobs, that's okay. That was F7. Come on, get not off a marker, there we go. We'll just do some exploratory mining. See what we can find. See what we can get going. Hopefully. Hey, the weather's cleared. That's a first. Those tendrils are horrible. And I know they're messing with my FPS. I know they are. You guys are both going to equip a shield. Because it would be silly to not have you doing that. We've been going for a while now. God, we're on almost 3 hours. Ah, it's good for the soul. If we get any idlers, then I'll... You can stop with the rock thrones. We're gonna build a second farm now. Not one square, but more than one square. There we go. Get a few farm plots going. We gotta purify our water in a moment too, because they can't drink that right now and it'll probably kill them. But they've been sparring for 52 pages. How are our stats? We're moving along, very good, very good. Oh, they're moving the food down there. We need some bins. Is there a rock equivalent of bins? I think so. I believe that's what it is. But we'll find out if I'm right or not. Because they're gonna rot otherwise, so let's get some bins going. Stop mining the Galena and go do the other two. Thank you. I think that's what it's called, a rock coffer. Am I right about that? No, we're gonna grab a few bins, otherwise all that food is gonna rot. So I'm gonna break with my rule, and we're gonna make 4 wooden bins. Not 4. We can trade for wood too. We need to. I'll turn mining back on for you. But only if you promise not to mine anything I like. Alright. We're playing well now. This fort is pretty well established, it just needs more dwarfs. Let me quickly look up what the hell a rock coffer does. Good. A coffer is not the same as a bin. They can only be made of metal or wood. Great! I was just hoping that someone would tell me that they can only be made of metal or wood, because that really makes me happy. I feel like we just should have hit the caverns by now. I don't know why we haven't. Hey, look at you. Today is your lucky day. Did you know you were a pump operator? Someone needs to clean up that water. Now you found a different job, but we need a pump operator. And he's slowly pumping fresh water out the other side. Exactly what I wanted. Autumn has come. Brilliant. Excellent. Now we have a little bath area that they can clean themselves in. And you know what I'm going to do with you, Spinner, since you never seem to be able to do your job? We're going to keep digging. We'll build a new workshop, and you're going to become a jeweler. Which is a much more dwarven job than a spinner anyways. Who wants to be a stupid spinner? And we need to fix these miners, because now they're not doing enough. The mason, you need to make me some more doors. I could also use a few slabs, probably as a preemptive method. We are officially out of wood. That's fun. You can do some spinning. Empty food storage item. We need more rock pots. That's over here. So you are also going to gain some stoneworking. Brilliant. But I can finally give them all their cabinets. This one here is for pigtails in the any season that will let me plant pigtails. What's the purpose there? Did I really just not go deep enough? Fine. I just find that remarkable. That we could be that far down and still not have found anything? Bizarre. I probably have about 20 minutes left in me. We'll wait for the caravan to come and then we'll stop. For today, I think that's probably enough for me to be emotionally satisfied with Dwarf Fortress for the day. But maybe we'll play a little more. I don't know. We'll see. Thank you guys for watching. I'm gonna do a little experiment. Just do a little experiment. Once we get that lever pulled. With a horsefowl. Brilliant. I suppose. Alright, here's my experiment that I'm gonna try. If I give you butchering, and you kill one of them, does it rise up and destroy everybody? That's the experiment we want to run. No outpost liaison? What does that mean if there's no outpost liaison? Anyone know? Our civilization is extinct. But we get the caravan anyways. Alright, so the caravan has arrived. Let's get it inside. A lot of them are coming though. Weird. Where did they all run away? They all ran away? Too much loathsome dust? Alright, that means I have to go into my secondary plan, unfortunately. Go to F5. Alright. Alright, we have to go into our secondary plan. The liaison left. They didn't even give us anything. Alright, we're gonna raise it up. So the idea would be I would bring it up like that. Yeah. Just make this out Alright, let's get that built really quick. You know, I built you a pool. I built you a water pool. The caravan left because our civilization is extinct. We are the only ones left. So I think what that means, really, is that if you find out you're the only dwarves left in the world, and you're stuck in a haunted biome, because, well, I think there's only one option, honestly. And I don't mean this facetiously. I think you have to make a tavern, because then some guys will come visit and they'll join your civilization and you can eventually use them. So the Mushrooms of Spears is our tavern. It's a beautiful location. Hopefully we'll get some visitors. The cavern left because we I mean, they didn't like us, really. There's not much more to say than that. They didn't want to stay, so they didn't. There's honeybees. No, those are? Look at that. Honeybees in the middle of this mess. Honeybees. Right. Let's see about this. But I'm building a new contraption, hopefully, so that we don't get stuck. With the same problem again. We've struck gold. You know, it's really not a bad embark site if it wasn't for the loathsome slime. That only comes sometimes. So we're gonna do a little experiment. I'm gonna let these guys go out. That's funny, actually. Yeah, Marksdorf is visiting. Look at that. We have our first visitor. Where is he? Where is he? I decided to just say fuck it. And we're gonna cut down some of these trees. I know the lonesome mud is bad, but it hasn't killed anyone yet, and so I've decided if we're not dead yet, we're probably not going to die. Right? We have a guest now. A guest visiting us. The Lord Consult is here. They're all running in. And some migrants have arrived. Now that's weird. Why? Does anyone know why do I get migrants if Civ is extinct? Does anyone know? We have a Melker here. Who's a competent crutch walker? How did you become a crutch walker? You have both your legs. You have a stray baby llama you bought with you. That is useful. A trader. That's good since we don't get caravans. And a paper maker. Well, aren't you useful? A gelder. You're also a wound dresser. Okay, I can deal with that. A cat. Oh good, we needed that. A second trader. You might be a... You're a weaponsmith too. Okay. An armorer. Oh, we got really good ones. These are the last survivors. This is my second wave though. Weird, weird, weird. An armor smith. A lot of these guys have pretty high skills in a range of areas. A shearer. A mason, a shearer. Is that it? Alright, so right now I'm actually just kind of opening up the fort. We have a bunch of new arrivals. They're all coming in. A bunch of new animals too. So we need to pick something easy to kill. I'm gonna go for horsefowl. Is the one we're gonna slaughter. I'm gonna give you butchering so that you can do it. So now we're going to replace some of you. So I made Izum the manager. Well, that's fine. Let's just come here and give her that share. We'll build a little trap there. Seems bizarre to me. We have a kitten. Well, the kitten needs to go into the tavern. We'll turn the squad back on, get them fighting again. Just seems weird to me. we go, get the digging done. Okay, so this is important to me. Now we're about to slaughter this fowl. So I want to go squad A. So did it reanimate on me? See, I don't see it reanimating. Which makes me think that I can now slaughter anything I want. Mainly the horses. Alright, let's get these 2 bridges done and then I'm gonna call it quits. Are you thirsty? There's a lot of drink. You're just thirsty, right? We're not out of drinks. You're just hungry. Okay, the mason is running up to do this. Brilliant. The leaves are starting to fall, dropping wormy tendrils on the ground. This game is really incredible. I mean, it's difficult to describe. Just how brilliant it is. Right now, I've just kind of given up on being responsible. You know what? I think I have to go here. Do that. Look, I didn't tell you all to do that. It's not my fault you all ran out into the horrible disgustingness. So go clean yourself in my little water park I made you. Oh, look, they're using it! Hee hee! What's horrifying you? Are you vomiting everywhere? Oh no, that's just grass. The ewe will go there, the guinea hen, and the baby pea llama. They all go up there. And we need to start processing those pigtails, don't we? Excellent, we'll process the pigtails away. And I should soon see that being linked. UMQ wooden cage 10. UMQ wooden bin 10. And Q bed. And there we go, they're starting to link them up to the triggers. Just so we can get a safe fortress. Is that so much to ask? You're not nearly as fast as my friend was, who did this before you. Thanks for watching, Roboform. I appreciate it. We're gonna finish up and I'll be off probably 5 minutes. I just want to get these 2 gates built. I want to make sure that my plan works. I hope people have enjoyed it. I'm glad we got so many people to come watch. You can find me on Twitter, or I'll put the links and stuff in the video. Thanks for watching. I'll probably try to do 1 more stream in the next week before I start up on school again and have to, you know, get back on my life and whatnot. I think we can afford one more day of fun. So let's pull these levers. That should go boonk. If I did it right. Yes! Yes, yes, yes! Excellent. So now the only place the wagon can come in is right here. So that means every wagon that spawns will spawn in this exact spot. So now all I have to do to finish this area off is build a bridge on this level. Let me do that as a floor. Oh, it will? Okay, that's fine. I'll just do a floor. So essentially, if I can build a floor here, that floor there will mean that the visitors who come to our fort will never get attacked. Sorry, that's too exciting. I can't not do this part. It basically guarantees that my design works. I mean, they're a little unhappy, but they'll get inside soon. Soon they'll never have to leave. It's kind of funny that I'm using logs for this. Brilliant. So now we have a completely secured depot. Well, except for that. Does that mean build a floor there? Why can't I build a floor there and not a... That doesn't do any good, actually. Let me think about this. There'll have to be another bridge. It's kind of a shame. Oh well. Alright, I think we're going to call it quits, guys. Thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed. I'll be back again probably later this week for more streaming. I'll post on Reddit, and I'll update that, so if you subscribe, you should get an email. Thanks so much, I hope you enjoy it, and we'll be back soon for more. Bye!